All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi guys, welcome to this week's webinar. Just give it a couple of minutes for everybody to get in and make sure everybody can hear us okay. I know it says Chris Jenkins on mine, but it's not actually, it's Richard Fairbairn speaking. I just, by mistake, I logged in via Chris's ID rather than my own. I'm on the call with Paul Okeeffe, if Paul wants to say hi.
Hi everyone, I'd just like to test that everyone can hear my microphone. So you can put a yes in the questions box, that'd be great to make sure we can all be heard.
Yeah, I can hear you, Paul, but it's really a bit crackly.
Okay, I'll just try and change this round a little bit. Is that any better now?
Say again, sorry, say again.
Is that any better now?
Yeah, that's better, yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Maybe where you're positioned. Okay, can everybody hear me okay? Sorry.
There's a few people coming in now saying yes, I can clear.
Okay,
that's good.
Good. While people's coming, I'm just going to tell you what this week's webinar is about. Obviously, if you know who we are, you're on this webinar. We just had a launch of one of our pieces of software, Social Hub, which went quite well. So this is for the buyers of that software, and we're going to do in our Mastermind. Now, we're going to be walking through Social Hub from beginning to end, taking question and answer, and then we're going to be moving on to separate topics on a week-by-week basis. We're going to try and do the webinars every Thursday at this time, unless we've got outside commitments and we might have to change them around a bit. Next week we're fine. The week after, myself and Paul's in Dallas, so we may try and do one from Dallas. We're actually at the Funnel Hacker event, so we'll kind of give you a breakdown of what's happening there, maybe some insider tips that we're finding out, etc. Right, we've got a few people's coming on now. Get another couple of minutes, let everybody get the seats. And if you've got any questions, if you drop them in the question box, Paul will answer. And, if the question's, relevant to everybody, what we'll do is we'll answer it live. So, gives you a bit of feedback.
Yeah, and what we're asking for as well is if people have anything they want us to cover in future webinars, anything to do with online marketing, anything at all, if you drop us these questions into the box on the live call, we'll answer them. We've had a couple of people respond to me via email as well, which is if anything during the week you come up with some questions you want to ask us regarding online marketing, then feel free to drop us an email and we'll try and cover them the following webinar. Or
even if there's a problem, something you can't do. Yeah, Chuck says, I think you go by Chris more than you do Richard. It's just it's Chris's main account, so I always forget to log in. I just log in by my own account. By Chris's account, sorry. Okay, so I think we should have everybody in now. We're 3 minutes past, so we'll get started. Right, so let's go to Social Hub. Right, first and foremost, we're going to start at the dashboard and work us way down. Right.
Just one thing, Richard, your screen's not actually showing to me yet. It's still showing the...
All right. It's
the white screen at the moment.
Yeah, it's showing here. I've got it showing. Just let me restart it. 2 secs.
That's it. That's perfect.
Okay, I've restarted it.
It's working now. Yeah, that's perfect.
All right. Can everybody else see my screen now? Just make sure before I carry on. Yeah. Okay, cool. Right. First and foremost, start the dashboard. Now, this is the dashboard of Social Hub. Now, if you purchase this, you know a lot about this already. We had a lot of questions, a lot of queries about different sections. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try. I've been through a lot of support requests, kind of noted what people are missing, where they're getting confused. So what I'm going to do is try and cover these as I do a walkthrough. Now, a couple of things I do want to say about Social Hub. We've got a lot of features being added. There's already been features being added, and we're only like 4 days past launch. I'll show you the features as we come to them. But one of them, this is actually just going in. I'm not sure if it's actually in yet. No, it's not. It's here. But by tonight, you'll actually see the profile and the password change box here and on the accounts. Few people have asked about that, and they asked about it during launch. Now, one thing we didn't want to do while the launch was going on is we didn't want people changing the passwords internally because it causes problems with the membership system. So this is the reason we've waited till after the launch is finished, and that will be added there. So I think, like I said, it should be in there by tonight. So by tonight, you're going to be able to change your password, change your profile, all that kind of good stuff. So here you'll see the dashboard. Now, a few people have been getting confused with this section. Now, a lot of people are thinking it's a direct post section. So when, for example, you ticked post and tick Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, it'll automatically post to those sections, those social media accounts. Well, that's not the case. What this is, it's a quick start section. So I found as I was using Social Hub that obviously I was posting the same things on Facebook, Twitter, and same images on Instagram, Pinterest, etc. Now, rather than copying and paste from one to the other, what I decided to do is add this section in. So what it does, if you have an image, for example, that you wanted to, I'm going to just move this out of the way, that you wanted to share on Instagram and Twitter and say Pinterest, all you need to do is set it, link it up and submit it. And once you've submitted it, all you need to do is come across to the relevant section, for example, the dashboard of Pinterest, and you'll see it already set there, the image URL, etc. will be there. So rather than it being a posting section, it's just really a quick kind of start app to quicken up the way of posting. So what we want to do with Social Hub is make it as time saving as possible. That's why we've got all the features that we're adding are all to do with time management to help you get the most from your time when you're posting to your social media. So that's what that is. This is going to be expanding a little bit over the next couple of weeks. I'm not going to tell you about that till at the next webinar, but a few people as well have been asking where the tutorials are. All those are here. Here you can see all the tutorials and extras we've got here. You've got a direct link to support desk. You've got everything you need here about the Social Hub license, the agency page, the graphics, all the articles. If you've been checking these out, you'll see they've been growing on a week-by-week basis. I think we've added 3 article packs and 2 graphics packs. We've got another graphics pack to go up next week and another couple of articles to go here. These are all to help you promote your Social Hub agency license. So down here we've got all the tutorials. Now, if you've set up the Facebook app, now the one thing the Facebook app asked you for is a privacy URL. So what we're asking you to do is use our privacy URL for Facebook and our app icon, which we've created here for you. So, it takes 2 seconds to download that and add this in. Because if you add your own in, it could cause problems with Facebook. We want to make sure that we stay within Facebook terms of service. And we know this privacy document is perfect for Facebook, and the app icon is the exact same size that they want. And down here we have all our walkthrough videos, help videos, app creation videos, Content Hub, I'll cover that a bit later, the Facebook groups section, more Facebook groups, some quick question and answers that we've been found, people have been posting to us. These are some unadvertised bonuses. Now, what we're going to be doing in this section is we've got our graphics guys and video guys creating social media videos. These are going to be, you can use these to promote the Social Hub agency license, plus use it to be able to build social media, help you marketing, etc. These are going to be started to drop in from next week, and these are all exclusive to us, to our company. So that's the tutorials. As I said, the tutorials are growing on a day-by-day basis as well. So go back to the dashboard. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through each section. Before I start on these sections, I'm just going to tell you about this. Now,
just one quick question, Richard. We've been asked, will there be replays accessible for buyers? Just like to mention that all the replays will go into the tutorial section you've just shown.
Yeah, that's great.
After each webinar. Okay.
So this here is a new section that we just added 2 days ago. It's a time zone settings. Now, you need to set your time zone, and what this time zone will do, it'll set your time zone for each social media account. So you don't need to do anything on these settings. All you need to do is set it here. This is just a dummy account of mine as well, by the way. It's not an actual account I use. Also, you need to set your Facebook posting settings, your default delay and your minimum delay. This is how often you want the delay between posts to happen if you're posting more than one post. So this is a section we just added in the last couple of days, because we were finding that a couple of people had bugs with the time zone settings, due to so many people being on so many time zones and, wanting kind of different time zone settings for different sections. So this is a default setting for everything here. So let's start at Facebook. So we'll come to the dashboard. Now, first and foremost, when you're setting up each of these apps, you must add in your accounts. Now, we've got a full app tutorial inside the tutorial section. And anybody who's been having any problems, if you do get a problem setting up your app, I can't show you live for security reasons inside Facebook. But on the next one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an app ID on a Facebook account. I'm just going to set up a dummy account to be able to show you how it's going to work. But anybody who's got any problems setting up the app, we have been helping, everybody in support, and even my guys have been coming on live onto Skype and things like that to help you get set up these apps. So pretty simple. Once you've done one, they're so simple to walk through. Now, when you're adding apps in, if you're wanting to add multiple accounts, sorry, I just need to take a drink. If you're wanting to add multiple accounts, you must set up an app for each account. The simple reason being, if you use one app for multiple accounts, you will see an expired notice on the app. This is a simple thing that Facebook are telling you that you're posting too much through that application. So to stay within Facebook terms of service, you must create an app for each account. And we do want this application to be 100% within each social media account. We want it to make sure it stays within the terms of service of Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, etc. Now, and obviously you do as well, because we want this app to grow and, to take it a lot further. So you need to add, if you want to add multiple accounts in, you need to add multiple apps in. So you've got the dashboard. Now what the dashboard does, it lets you set up the post. So this app will post to multiple accounts. So if you have 3 Facebook accounts, it'll post to 3 Facebook accounts. You can select the pages, the groups, the profile from here at the bottom. Now, when you're adding in your application, your Facebook app, it'll pull the Facebook groups, the Facebook pages that you're an administrator of, or it'll pull the Facebook groups that you're a member of, as long as they are not private groups. If they're a private group and the group admin has blocked access, unless they allow people in, via whatever method, you can't pull that group in, just for simple reason being it's a private group, it's blocked via Facebook. So once you've pulled your application in, you'll see your profiles down here, and each profile that you select, you'll see the groups and the pages that are attached to that Facebook account. So you need to add your Facebook account in here, your app ID, sorry, and your app secret there. So once you've added that in, you'll see them drop down. So as I said, if you want to post multiple profiles, you need multiple apps. So here you've got the time to post. Now don't forget you need to set your time zone settings. So once you've set your time zone settings, this will post on, for example, if you set it to EST, it's going to post on the 3rd of February at 1:30 EST. Now the delay is, what the delay means is if you're posting multiple posts. So for example, if you wanted to post 10 posts, you don't want those posts to instantly go out each time. So what you need is you need to set the delay. And so now random post profile and pages. So what this means, it'll just pick one of your post, page, etc., whatever you're posting to. Now, if you've got multiple ones, I wouldn't suggest doing that. It looks a bit spammy. Add past time to the end of each post. Now, this is a little section in your Facebook post. You'll see at the bottom it's got a timestamp. So if you want that to be added there, just click that box. Delete after finished. Now, if you don't delete the post, it'll go automatically into your save sections. Auto pause posts. So what that means, so if you're posting 5 posts, so the time it'll pause for is 15 minutes. If you tick that, so it'll post 5 posts, pause for 15 minutes. Then you can tick this to repeat posts over and over again if you wish. So you can repeat them every hour, every day, every 2 days. It's kind of like a recurring cycle. So if you made a post that you wanted to post onto your Facebook page, say, for example, it was you're advertising a product, etc., you could post that every week, so it'd automatically go to the top of your page. So you can tell it when to do it, what time, etc., and all that good stuff.
Just a quick one, Richard. Yeah. We've got a question here that's relevant to what you're talking about now. Gala asks us, can you address the best practices for the delay between posts?
Right. Now, I would say you want a good, when I've been using on my other account, I've been using like down here 1200 seconds, 1400 seconds, because you want it to look natural. You know what I mean? If it starts to look spammy, and you're hitting your pages every minute, you know what I mean, with multiple posts, it just doesn't look correct. So, to get the best traction, best engagement, I would leave a decent delay between each post.
Yeah, I mean, personally from me, I wouldn't be posting more than 1 hour on a regular basis, really.
No, definitely not. I mean,
you just need to make it look as natural as you possibly can.
Yeah, I mean, one of my best pages gets really good engagement. Obviously, you know which one it is, the survival one. Now, with that, I mean, that's 30,000 users, but I only post to that once to twice a day. And when I posted more than that, I found the posts weren't getting as good engagement. I think we ramped it up to maybe 5 times a day, something like that. And when the posts weren't getting the traction when we're only posting once or twice. So
yeah, I think that's the best thing. It's just you just have to make it to look as natural as possible, really, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you need it to look natural, but obviously you want to save time as well. So yeah, definitely, it just needs to look as natural as possible.
There's a couple of questions. I'll just drop them in now, if that's okay, whilst you're in this section. Is every post and ad we have to pay for or post on our own page for free? Chris.
Right, so on your own page, if it's your page and you own it, then obviously it's free.
Yeah, free.
If it's your own profile or your group, etc., as long as you're a member of that group, yeah, it's completely free. Okay,
and we've got PC and Kelly both saying, is this being recorded? Yes, we always record all the webinars, and saying, will it be available in the members area? Yeah, we'll be giving details out at the end of this, and we'll be mailing you to let you know. But there will all the webinars that are related to Social Hub will be going into the Social Hub members area.
Yeah, definitely.
Every week. Okay, cool. That's just caught up with the questions that we have at the moment.
Okay, cool. Right, so on here we've got text posts. So obviously, as you're posting your message, you put. So your message goes here. Now, obviously, you're going to see this. This will be actually you. It won't say anonymous, obviously, once you add your Facebook profile in. So your message. So this is just a text post. So this would be just a link post. If you wanted to add just a link in, your link would go there. Your message here, your link title there, link description, link caption, and picture URL. It's pretty simple. Image description, image URL. Upload it from your computer if you wish. And video. Video title, video description, video URL. Now, this is changing a little bit. Now, not only just the URL we're going to be able to add you, we're adding in a cloud hosting service. So what you'll be able to do is upload your video directly to our cloud service, and then come back to it anytime you want and use it with inside Social Hub. That I'm hoping will be in by mid next week. There's another section going here tonight, which will be going at the same time as the profile section, and that is the carousel section. So what you can do with this is you can post a multitude of images. So, I mean, Facebook are updating the way you post images, videos, etc. all the time. And one of the really good ways, I use it, when I'm selling products online, is the carousel post. So, for example, you may post 5 images and link those 5 images to different products. So what it does, if you've got multiple images there, it creates more engagement with the post, gets people to click more. So once the engagement starts, the clicks on different images start. That's when if you're paying for the ads, obviously they become lower. So as I said, that image carousel is going here. It should be here tonight with the profile section. And we've got lots more coming here. Now, one section we are investigating and we're hoping to having by the beginning of March is the live video section. Now, I've seen this on one other application before, and we're going to do it a little bit different on ours, but basically what you'll be able to do is upload the video into the cloud hosting service, and the way we're going to post it is the video will actually go on as a live event. So obviously, if you know anything about Facebook Live, it gets much more engagement than normal videos. So you'll be able to look as though you're live, schedule the videos, and it's going to be all done through Social Hub. So that's the Facebook section. So manage schedules. I'm just going to go to that, just tell you. In this section, all it is you'll see pages that's been posted, posts that's been posted, you know what type they are, so it may be image, etc., the name of it, the time you posted it, and the status of it. Now, if you do get any failed, it'll come here with either posted or failed. If it comes failed, all you need to do is mouse over it and you will show a little message and it will tell you why that post has actually failed. So your accounts at Facebook, I've shown you that. You manage your groups. Now, in here, you need to add in your group app. And what you'll do is you'll see all your groups that you're a member of, and you can move them between active or non-active lists. And once you've done that, you'll see those in your dashboard. Now, report for posts is just analytics for your posts, so your post by status, how many's completed, how many posts you're doing per day, etc. Save posts. So if you save your post rather than scheduling it, it'll go here and you can come back, edit it, and use it at a later date. So your settings, again, ignore this because this section is now defunct because you're using this default time zone here. So now Twitter, pretty much similar to Facebook. All these sections are more or less exactly the same. The only difference is they're posting on different networks, and obviously they have different things that you can post. For example, you can't post certain things on Pinterest that you can on Facebook. But all these sections are exactly the same as the one I've gone through. So, for example, in Twitter, we've got the text post, we've got the image post, and we've got the video post. Now, obviously, there's no carousel post or anything like that coming for here because Twitter don't allow it as yet. LinkedIn, again, LinkedIn, exactly same, but you've got much less that you're able to post because it's a different type of network than both Twitter and Facebook. So you just got the link with the message, link title, etc. Again, all these sections are exactly the same as the other two. Pinterest. Now, Pinterest, obviously, it's an image network. It's an image social network. So the only thing you can really post here is images. But again, exactly same everything here. You can have multiple accounts into Pinterest. So all you need to do is add them here as you add them in, add new. And all that is you sign in with Pinterest, enter the URL that it gives you, and that's it, you're connected. Instagram. Now with Instagram, you just got the image at the moment. Now what we are adding in here will take about 10 days, but we are adding the image with storyboard. So what you can do is you can add a story to it and add an image as well. We're looking at adding video in here as well, but that's probably towards the beginning to mid-March. So all the sections here exactly the same as the others. Now YouTube. YouTube's a little bit different than the other posting apps because YouTube isn't actually a posting app; it's an analytics app. But we've kind of done YouTube on a backwards way round, because each one of these 5 at this moment in time are adding in-depth analytics to them. So, for example, you're going to be able to see who's engaging with your pages, your posts, where they're clicking, where they're leaving, all that kind of stuff for each one of these applications. But we've done this when we opened the YouTube one rather than the posting. So as these get the analytics in, this will actually get the posting section in to kind of catch you up with the other 5. So what this section is you need to add your channel in. So you manage your channel. How you do that? You add new channel. So first of all, before you do that, you need to add a category in. So add new category. So for example, if this is internet marketing. It's gone in there. I don't know why it showed the 404 error. But so you add your channel in, take it like that. Now what you need to do is you need to go to your YouTube channel and you need this ID at the end of it here. All you do is go to YouTube, log in, go to your channel. When you click on your channel, you'll see this URL exactly like that. And all you need is this little text at the end. All you need to do is post that in there. Once you post that in, you submit it and it gives you an access code. Paste your access code in and it's set. And once that's done, you'll see all your channel analytics, where people are liking, sharing, etc. your videos. Now, as I said, we are getting the posting section in here. It just took a little bit longer than the other 5. So by the end of March, we're aiming for each of these 5 to have the full analytics in and this one to have the posting in. So we've kind of caught up with each other. So that's the different sections. Before I move on to the Content Hub and other stuff, is there any more questions regarding those 5?
I've been answering all the questions as we've gone through, to be honest with you, Richard, just one-on-one with the people. Just the latest one that's come in was, what is the advantage of having Social Hub and Pixel working together? Which basically, I mean, Pixel's a graphics creation app, which makes like standout graphics or banners that you could use. You could make memes or anything with Pixel, which can always be used in any social media network. So, I mean, that's the benefit of the two working together.
I mean, one great thing with Pixel and is Facebook are now allowing GIFs. I mean, I've seen people posting really, GIFs. Not just the normal GIFs, but the real.
Yeah, the real standout ones, which Pixel will allow you to create quite easily.
So Pixel obviously creates really good GIFs. So that's one great way to utilize them both, is make some really good GIFs, post them via Facebook. Obviously, movies, you can make movies with Pixel. You can create videos, etc., to paste into, Facebook, Instagram when we had YouTube, when we had the postering, etc. There's lots of different ways to.
I mean, the things that Pixel can do is like, as far as your imagination goes, really, I suppose. And so it makes it very simple for anybody to make interactive graphics and standout graphics, really, that you can quickly knock together and then quickly post using Social Hub.
Yeah, and that's the thing, you see. I mean, one way I've been using this is I've been creating, like, obviously multiple graphics, posting them via Social Hub, seeing which is getting the best engagement. And then once I see a graphic, a post, etc., getting good engagement, that's when I'm starting to boost them. Because obviously, if you're posting multiple times, you know which is getting the best engagement. So then all you need to do is start boosting those posts.
Okay, well, Chris has just come up with a good a question. It said, can you tie Social Hub, Pixel, and all the other apps together in a flowchart for ease of concept apprehension? I mean, it's something we could do. Yeah, I don't see a problem with that. We'll probably have that ready for next week.
Yeah, it's no problem. Yeah. I mean, Social Hub at the moment is really, this is the first stage of the development. We've got lots and lots. I mean, for anybody who's been using Pixel, you'll see since we launched Pixel how much we've grown it. We've just now put in version 2, and you'll see the 3D banners, the rotating banners, all that kind of stuff. And how much we've grown it since we first launched it. We do intend to do the exact same with Social Hub, grow the app, and really extend it. By taking feedback from you guys and implementing that.
Yeah, I mean, the plan for Social is that this will become like a $47 a month product. It'll be padded out hugely from this. So all you guys that have come in early are kind of like the beta testers and the people that we want to sort of keep with us on the journey forever. I mean, once you've paid a small fee, now you're in for lifetime. So we thank you guys for having the confidence to jump in at this point, and hopefully 6 months down the line, you'll find you've got a great piece of software for next to nothing.
Yeah, that's it, definitely. Yeah. Right, so any more before we move on?
We caught up with all the questions. There's just someone asking for a link for Pixel, which we can deal with that later. Okay, cool.
Right. Content Hub. Now, Content Hub was the pro upgrade to Social Hub. Now, what Content Hub does, it searches content on the net via lots and lots of different places. Now, I've had questions, problems in support by people saying I've been typing this keyword, I'm not finding anything. Now, one thing with the Content Hub, it's kind of got to grow via keywords that are being added. So as you're typing in keywords, search terms or anything like that, what it's doing is it's pulling those all the time and building the database. Now, if you type in some keywords, for example, I did one for a guy a few days ago. He was looking for coin collector, I think it was, but he didn't actually find anything because nobody else had searched for coin collectors. So what I did is I went to the back end, put the search terms in. He looked a day later and he found loads and loads of articles, images, videos that he, could use on his social media. Now, if some of you guys, we can never say, every niche that everybody's involved in, so it's hard to feed the database. So when you're searching for content, if you don't find it straight away, come to the support desk, tell us what you want inputted, keywords, as long as they're legal, we'll add them in. And then what the database will start to do, it'll start to go out and pull in that technology, that data. So let's find. So this is one for one person. I put in personal development. He wanted personal development quotes, personal development articles, etc. So I put personal development for him, and let's think of a good personal development person. Tony Robbins. So I put this in for him with some keywords to go out and start searching the database. So let's Tony Robbins, and I'll just search for everything. Let's see what it pulls us back. I'll spell Tony Robbins here. Oh, I've got there. Tony Robbins, we're in interview. Tony Robbins, success, wealth, purpose. So you can see pulls lots of, if it says this, no image, there's no image to go with that content. It's just text. It's obviously a YouTube video here. So once you've pulled down that content, if you wanted to say, for example, use this on your Facebook account, all you need to do is click it, and then you can see it's come across to Facebook, and we've got everything set, ready to post. Now you can edit this again if you wish. So you may, want to change it around a little bit, add something into it, etc. So let's go back to Content Hub. Let's try something else. So you've got here BMW DC fast charging. So what it does, it pulls content related to that keyword. So you can be really specific, or as wide as you wish. So anybody who has, for example, a really specific interest, if you come to us, tell us what you're looking for, we'll make you a category here, and we'll put your keywords in that you're looking for, so the database will start to go in and find the keywords that you're wanting and the content that you're wanting. So
got a few questions whilst you're in that section.
Yeah.
Good. Got 3 questions from Chris. One, he says, can we use Zapier to tie these apps together so we can share all the info with our own CRMs, ERPs, marketing software, etc.? He was talking about Pixel's Social Hub there, I think.
We don't have a Zapier integration. Zapier is very funny. They do business, but they won't do business with everybody. So we'd have to maybe speak to them and see what we could do. But
we can look at it. It's something we can look at doing, but we can't guarantee it. It's something we'll obviously look to try and do if we can. Chris also asks, when Content Hub is building the database, is the machine learning or IA driven? If not, have you any plans for the future?
Yeah, it's learning every keyword that's inputted from every user. It's going out and searching and bringing the latest, content into that database. Now, we're only saving the content at the moment for 7 days.
Yeah.
So obviously there's so much content out on the net to save it past 7 days is just, you need an enormous database to be able to save it. But as we get more users in, content becomes more specific and keyword relevant, etc., we will maybe start to extend it past that 7 days.
Yeah. And Chris also says, is this a content scrubber? Which I didn't quite get what you said, what you meant there, Chris.
Content scrubber? No, I don't know what you mean, sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry, Chris. I don't. If you want to elaborate on that, we might be able to answer that one for you.
Okay, is there any more questions?
No, I'm caught up with the rest of them. Everyone else is answered.
Right, okay. Now, what we've been using, what I've been using, sorry, Content Hub for is just really topping up my own. I don't use it as a standalone kind of posting app because, you know, you don't want to be posting curated content all the time because you're just not going to get an engagement. So I've just been using it to fill up my pages, you know, to post more regular content, etc. But I don't just use it by itself. Again, with Content Hub, got lots of plans for this to extend it further. As Chris pointed out, the database is growing all the time. It's a self-learning database. It's learning via the keywords that people put in. Now, some of the interests that are already in there of people who've put them there, you know, put them to the support. So to make it kind of learn, for example, with collecting, it's pulled Marvel information up. So obviously that's a collecting kind of thing. Now, to make it learn that collecting needs to go with, you know, Marvel or cars, collecting cars, etc. We need to put the interest in. So if you have a certain interest that you want to research and you want content to be available in Content Hub, come and tell us what keywords you're looking for, and we'll start inputting them on the back end. So you'll have your own interest here, and it'll start bringing you content that's related to your keywords. And then what it'll do, when other users start adding keywords into that interest, it'll expand that database, you know, further. So I hope that explains how it works.
One other question on this side of things as well. It says, any of your apps include copywriting via AI? That's artificial intelligence, I'm assuming.
Copywriting. So what to write the copy?
Yeah. If you could just elaborate on that question, Chris, a little bit, and we'll try and answer it for you.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. I mean, we don't actually do any copywriting in this. We don't actually write the content.
It's actually helping write the content.
Oh, right. No, we don't. Sorry. No. Well, there's some good apps out there for that, but we don't do that. I mean, we both use what's it called?
Spin rewriter.
Yeah, the spin rewriter. But no, that helps you write the copy. That's kind of a rewriter. I forgot what they call it now. We're going next.
Oh, the one for the funnels one, yeah.
Yeah, the funnels one. I can't remember what they call it. What they call it? The one from Russell Brunson.
Yeah, Russell Brunson has a product that does that, and I will find it out and drop it in here in a minute so everybody to.
Yeah, we both own it, and I just can't remember the name of it.
I've used it for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I mean, it writes your emails, it writes your VSLs, it writes your sales pages. You know, it'll write content just like this. I can't actually remember what it's called, but if Paul finds it, what you do with it is you can like, I mean, I've actually got a copy. I could probably show you just a second. Let me see if I can find that. Sorry, I've got a massive. Just give me a second. Oh, I will find it in a moment. Funnel stack.
I'll probably beat you to it.
What's it called?
I said I probably will. Funnel Scripts is the actual one.
That's it.
The actual program that we're using.
Right, it'll probably. Right, okay, log me in. So this is funnel scripts, not our application. I'm not giving you an affiliate link or anything like that for it. I'm obviously just answering this question. Now, what it does, it works on a template basis. So, for example, you fill in, who your target audience is, what's your name, all that kind of stuff, your headlines, your best benefits, and this is for a short sales letter. Your different bullets, and then your bonuses, reason to buy, all that kind of stuff, and it makes your copy. Now, obviously, this is by no means perfect. You've got to go in and tweak it and move it around a bit, maybe add some more to it. I've been using it for these short sales letters. So there's lots and lots you can do with it. You've got Amazon e-com scripts here. You've got bullet scripts, call to action scripts. Very, very good piece of software. And if you struggle at writing content like I do, it's well worth buying. It's called funnelscripts.com. Okay, so is that the last of the questions?
Yep, I'm just answering a couple privately now, but that's the last one. I've got just 2 seconds. I've got one from Tony. Are you saying that we can nominate a niche area that we need to add to the content hub, and you will assist by adding it and keywords? For instance, my initial 2 niches are paperweights and also employee recognition and rewards.
Yeah, so what we need to do, what we need to know with that is we need to know what interest it comes under. So paperweights, I wouldn't know what that came under. So
what we need to do, Tony, for anything like this, when you want this doing, is just raise a ticket with the support desk and just give as much detail as you possibly can.
Yeah, so
as to how we would categorise it and where we would put it.
Yeah, so for example, if paperweight you thought came under a certain interest, we'll add that interest in. Then we'll add the keywords that you are looking for related to that interest. So it may be paperweights, whatever, I don't know. I'm not into paperweights, but whatever keywords are related to paperweights, we'll add them in. And then it'll go out, start pulling the content for those keywords. Now, when anybody else who comes in and they're looking for paperweights or something related to paperweights, they come into that interest and starting those keywords in, it'll start to generate more content and start to grow as more people add in the keywords.
Yep.
So like Paul says, all you need to do is open a support ticket. We do that for you.
Yeah. Obviously, with any support ticket you give us, the more information you can give us. You can never give us too much, really. It helps us, it speeds things up, and it just makes for a better service. The more information you give us, it does help a lot.
Yeah, also it does take 24 to 48 hours for the database to populate with those keywords. So obviously it goes out, searches the articles, videos, etc., and starts pulling them all back in. So you've got to give it at least 24 hours after we input the keywords and the interests.
Yeah, and what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to do a blaster message out to everybody that's on the webinar, which is just the actual URL to get to the support, just in case anybody needs it for any reason.
Yeah,
it should be the first point of call if you have anything, and we'll try and get anything resolved as soon as possible.
Is there anything anybody else would like to know about Associate Hub? And I'll be happy to help them. Any problems, anything at all, we're here to help today. What we're going to do is next webinars we're going to go more in depth Associate Hub and how you can use it with marketing. Then next week, the week after, as I said, we're both in Dallas at Russell Brunson's Funnel Hackers. So that day we'll try and run a webinar.
I think what we'll probably end up doing with that one, it'll probably be at a later time if we do run it. But I'd like to try and do it if we can. It'll probably be after the actual event, so we're probably looking at maybe 6 p.m. EST.
Yeah, don't forget I fly home earlier than you as well, mate. So we'd have probably, if that were the case, we'd have to switch days.
Yes, the Wednesday.
You have to do it on the Wednesday, yeah.
We'll discuss that next week.
Yeah, all I was saying is we'll try and do it just depending on the Wi-Fi in the hotel. If the Wi-Fi is bad, obviously that's our answer. But it would be quite good to do because obviously we'll have a lot of information from funnel hackers. We're both big, ClickFunnels supporters. So, hopefully have some really good information to share on that webinar.
Yeah. Cool. At the moment, we're just about all. I've got a couple left now. Carla says, when are we going to get the agency website to start marketing the services?
That's in the tutorial section.
If you go into the tutorials, Richard did show that at the start of the webinar, maybe you missed that, but if you watch the screen now, Richard, I'll go through that.
It's the agency page here.
We've got everything you need in tutorials to do the agency.
Now, one thing I want to say about the agency, you have to excuse me, I've got a frog in my throat. What say about the agency? There's a lot of support requests about this. Now, people are getting it mixed up with between an agency license and a reseller. The agency license does not allow you to resell Social Hub, so you can't resell access to Social Hub. You can only resell your services. The agency license is the same as a developer's license. So what that means is you can manage, your client's social media. That's why we built multiple points, so you could add multiple social media accounts in, so you can manage those. We are going to be expanding that as well, so you can see, download your clients' reports, etc. And you will be able to do that when we add the analytics in over the next 2 weeks as well. But
yeah, I think the best way to describe it is really to just say you're allowed to use Social Hub as a social media marketing agency.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, but, I mean, we have had a lot of tickets to say, how much can I sell it for? You can't. And we've had to say to everybody, it's not a reseller. This is an agency.
Selling your own services using the software.
Yep. So, have we any more? Any more?
No, I think we've caught up with all of them this week. There's a couple of questions that I'll carry over to the next week's overall mastermind things, because they're not so much relating to Social Hub as stuff. They're just questions which are more general in marketing. One from Brian and one from AJ. So I think what we'll do with their questions, we'll answer them on the webinar next week and maybe show them a few tips and tricks of what to do.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, as long as we know we can build up to those. And like Paul said at the beginning, if you've got any questions, any problems, or anything, if you send them to us over the next, 5 or 6 days before the next webinar, we will, be able to build you the information. If you rather than sending them us on the day, it's just a bit short notice. You can either email myself or Paul. I mean, my email. Do you want to drop my email and your email in there, Paul?
Yeah, I'll drop them both in for everybody. And another question is coming from Tony saying, where is the recording hosted or available, please? So we'll always drop them into the Social Hub. If you're on one of these calls and you're not like a Social Hub user, or we're going through another piece of software that you might not have at some point, we will always try to mail out to all the people that are on the call anyway. But what we'll also start doing, we're going to set up another area where we're going to put all our recordings into. It's going to be more of a general page, isn't it?
Yeah. So
we'll let everybody know about those once they're up and running. A couple more questions before we finish off. It's just coming up to the hour. Any plans to the ability to edit photos and edit text in the Content Hub?
In the Content Hub, now I'm not sure on that, because we need to look at copyright issues and things like that. It's a good idea, but we definitely will need to look at copyright issues with that.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think at the moment, because we've got to the bottom of all the questions. Thanks everybody for all the questions that you've been firing in at me as well. It keeps me on my toes. It keeps giving us questions to look at in the future weeks as well. So it's great. The more questions we send, the better. So yeah, thanks for everyone who's been asking questions on tonight's.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, more interaction we get, better we can make it for you. More questions we get in the week, obviously better we can make next week's one.
And what you guys should really understand is, Richard have put aside like an hour every week where we're going to give up our time. So if it's anything you want to know about internet marketing, we both do this full time. We both make a living out of it. We don't do anything else. This is all we do. So if you have anything you want to learn from us, whether it's to do with email marketing, whether it's to do with social media, anything like that, if you ask the questions, if we can answer it, we will. If we can't answer it, we'll probably know somebody who can, and we'll probably get an answer in a week or two following up. So we're always interested to know what you guys want to learn and how you want to expand your business. So feel free to ask us anything that's related to online marketing, basically, and we'll do our best to answer it in the coming weeks.
Yeah. Yep. Okay.
Once again, thanks to everyone for turning up tonight. It's great to see everybody, and look forward to seeing you again.
Oh, you just got a question coming, Paul. Do you want to shall we just answer that one?
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
How do you think creating Udemy courses is a viable business? Absolutely. I do, absolutely. I know quite a few people who do that.
And it's actually something we're going to be looking at as well, isn't it? So.
Yeah, it's something we're looking at, and it's something we should have done already, really. But the great thing with Udemy courses, and here's a little secret one that people told me, is that all the people, once they actually sign up, although you don't really get their email addresses to market to them afterwards, you can actually send out messages via the Udemy email system. So you're going to get really good deliverability. So if you get people who signed up and they've come to one of your courses on there, you're always going to have access to them to follow up with. Say you did a follow-up course further down the line, you could always get access to the people that bought the first one and let them know about your follow-up course and things like that. So Udemy is very powerful, as long as you obviously you need to take care of all the people who come on the courses, and it will be quite time-consuming, but it's definitely a viable business if you know what you're talking about.
It's great to use as kind of an upsell as well into different things. I mean, I have a lot of people who have been buying products from me and for bonuses that have been, they've actually got them on Udemy courses now. So kind of maybe social media courses, and they're using maybe a social media bonus to get people into those Udemy courses, kind of like people do on JVZoo. So, yep, really good business model.
Yeah, absolutely. A couple more coming now. There's a couple of questions which are people asking for, like emails and stuff. I'll reply to these privately rather than.
Okay. Yeah.
A couple of questions in next week for please advice. So I'll take these to one side and we'll look at these later. Chris says, I have an MSP. How do we get a reseller's agreement? I'm sorry, I'm not sure what the MSP.
I don't know.
I'm not very good with acronyms, Chris. I'm really sorry. I don't claim to be. So if you could just explain to me a little bit further what you're talking about there.
Yes, so we've got somebody asking about CPA for next week. Yeah, that's no problem. Managed services. I have a managed services. How do we get a reseller's agreement? Do you mean you want? I'm not 100% sure what you mean here, Chris. But do you mean you want to host Social Hub and resell it? If that's what you're actually meaning, we wouldn't. Can we get? No, I can see what you mean, but no, we're not going to be offering a reseller's license to Social Hub, not anytime soon, because we're tending to put a lot of money into the program and really grow it out as a social media management tool. So we're not really, we may take resellers on board who will resell Social Hub, but not actually on their own servers. So, sorry about that, lad.
Yeah.
Okay, so that looks about it, doesn't it?
Yep, I think we're there. The other ones that have come through, I'll carry them over to next week. Any other questions, and I'll hang around for 5 minutes. If you do drop any questions in, I'll pick them up and make sure we answer them next week. Okay, guys, thanks so much for coming on the call today. I hope to see you again next week.
Yep, and don't forget we're going to be here week on, week out. So, thank you. See you next week. Bye.
Okay, thank you. Bye.